What is going on, guys? My name is German. Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, as always, leave your boy a like and subscribe. And today, fellas, it's tier list time. We're going to be updating the EZA TUR tier list here with our guys Int Future Gohan and Int Goku Black. Now, without further ado, as always, let me explain. Tier lists are based 100% on my opinion, just using the characters, how I truly personally feel about these characters and where they are right now in the current landscape of the game. Tier list will be based on the hardest bosses in the game by far, so of course we're going to be ranking them on Omega. The new merge Zamasu fight is still brand new, so I don't want to rank them on it just quite yet. I am recording this 2 days after his EZA Goku Black's release, which usually gives me enough time to kind of test out the character, see what he's doing in most of these hard difficult content. And then that's pretty much it. In my opinion, hardest bosses in the game, and that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and explain how the tier list works real quick. So fodder tier are basically F tier characters. These are characters that are going to get you killed in 2 seconds if you run them. Am I saying it is impossible to beat a stage with these characters on the team? No. You can beat any red zone stage with Cybermen on the team, so you can obviously use these characters however you please. Just know that there is a maybe like about a 90% chance they'll get you killed. D tier characters are kind of in the same tier as fodder tier characters, but they have like some tools that can kind of keep you in the thick of things. For example, damage reduction, guard, some sort of dodge. So I guess you could even put STR Janemba up here if you really wanted to, but again, these characters have something in their kit that makes them work, and that's pretty much it. C tier characters are about the same as well, but have a little bit of higher usability, right? Like UI Goku's first turn dodge, and then the 50% and the 70% after. The stacking with Tech Vegito Blue. Rose is kind of like the worst one of these guys, which it hurts me too. Trust me, it hurts me, man. B tier characters can handle most red zone stages, but can still take quite a bit of damage in the end game phases of the new hard bosses. A tier characters are pretty much like the majority characters that can play in the red zone, right? S tier characters can handle the red zone content and just be careful where you put them. Z tier characters are the best of the best, and then Z plus is the brand new tier I had to introduce after they dropped Zamasu because he's just way too goddamn overpowered. Z plus characters can basically handle content on their own, right? Like they can carry your team if you run them with a certain unit or even by themselves. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start with the part 2 main EZA, which is our guy Int Future Gohan. Now, Int Future Gohan is a very good character, and I shall reward him as such because I do think he's actually number 2. I think Int Future Gohan is actually better than all these characters combined. Like, what he's doing is pretty damn great. So let's go ahead and talk about it, right? The 58% damage reduction already is a plus. He's a support character for 50% stats, which is insane. He has guard and base. He can multiple super attack. Like, he's pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie, man. Then he has some pretty high defenses as well. He works very well with the Bond the Master and Disciple, which, I mean, has the best unit on the game on it. He is also an amazing help for the best unit in the game because he's a, 4 out of 7 links active with the best unit in the game, in my opinion, LR Future Gohan, while supporting LR Future Gohan, while having pretty decent defense. The one thing I will say is, though, like, before his damage reduction actually procs, he can get caught, depending if you have Trunks and you have that guard up. Maybe he dodges for you because he has the free 5 dodge. There are some conditions to Int Future Gohan's base form, where he can get caught. He can, most definitely. Which is why I have him under Zamasu, but over everybody else, because at least he has tools. Piccolo has the Scouter, so you're never going to get caught with a super attack with Piccolo. But the issue with Piccolo is he can also take a lot of damage from normals, right? Same thing with Beerus before he attacks. Beerus just needs a new partner overall, right? Kaioken Blue needs the Reps Universe 17 to be very good, and then we can start talking about him being a little bit higher up. But overall, I think what Int Future Gohan provides in base alone kind of already destroys the majority of these characters here. And then we're not even done because he transforms. Super Saiyan Future Gohan is a monster, like an actual monster. Guaranteed 58% damage reduction, right? He has the guaranteed additional attacks. He has the high damage. This guy hits like 10 million, 9 to 10 million attacks. That's for me. He's stacking attack, which is ridiculous, dude. He's stacking an attack. He's getting stats on super attack. He takes no damage. Like, unless you get super attacked by a physical boss, this guy really doesn't take that much damage from these high damaging super attacks, dude. Right? Obviously, he's meant to be ran against an Android or Future Saga category anyway, but guess what? We just got an entire red zone with the hardest bosses in the games that are at least Future Saga category enemies. So this guy is insane, nowadays. Well, against Omega, I mean, even against Omega, he did all right. Like, it wasn't that bad against Omega, right? And then again, this is a huge plus for this character, sharing 5 out of 7 links with the best unit in the game while damaging the rotation. You could easily have this guy in slot 1, depending on, like, depending on how many attacks are in there. Maybe get him to super attack first. He's doing multiple super attacks, getting the extra 58%. he's good. Like, this in Future Gohan is actually insane. Like, versus these characters here, I just see no contest, man. I genuinely see like no competition against these characters, dude. Like, in Future Gohan is beyond what these guys can do, right? Obviously, the only reason I think Zamasu is better because Zamasu can actually tank these super attacks a little bit better. Plus, you have access to LR Merge Zamasu, who again is another one of the best characters in the game as well. He's healing you, supporting you. That's pretty much why I have Zamasu over him, because base Future Gohan can take damage. This guy can take damage in base as well, but once you get to like Merge Zamasu, you know, at least this guy has the heal and the support. This guy only has the support, which is very good still, right? And he has the damage reduction and stuff like that, which actually procs the second he reaches. So having him up here definitely would be the best play on this. I think that in Future Gohan is a fantastic character, and I definitely have no issues putting him up here. No, I think he's number 2. I definitely think he's number 2 at least. All right. I guess enough stalling, shall we? Enough talk. Let me cook. I mean, I'm tempted. I am tempted to just do that, but I mean, let's be fair here. Let's put him on the tier list. I think Goku Black is like here or here. I do think he's better than, at least I do think he's better than these characters down at the bottom, right? It's literally, I have issues putting Goku, I would say Goku Black would be like around here. Maybe if there was like an A+ tier, I could put him in the middle, but he's just, I don't know, actually. I think I put him here because he's like these characters where, you know, depending on your stacks, you could be very good. Depending on your RNG, he could be very good, which is all these characters in A tier, like RNG dependent characters, right? Which sucks. You know, the RNG dependency is pretty bad, but that is what Goku Black is, right? Dependent on what your, you know, your stuff is with him. He doesn't even touch the top 10. Like, I'm not salivating to do this, dude. I think Vegito clears. I think Boo clears. I think Cooler clears. I think Vegeta clears. 17 clears. Gogeta clears. Trunks. I honestly think all these characters on top of him are better. That's why I cannot put him here, because even then, I think even Namek Goku might be better. Because Namek Goku at least has some stuff. He has the damage reduction. He has the high defense and the heals. He has the counter. Like, they all have something. That's why I literally cannot force myself to put this Goku Black anywhere but A. A would be the absolute highest, which is crazy to me, dude. They really dropped a Part 3 TUR that is not even on par with the other TURs in the game. Like, with the other EZA TURs that came out during this very celebration, he's not even close to their level. Like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about why this guy is just actually bad. Like, he's actually just bad. And it's not even a say. Like, I can't even decide, dude. Can I put... You could very easily just put him in B tier, too, by the way. You can. Because even then, Tech Golden Frieza has more value than him. The only reason I'm putting him over in A tier is just to give him some benefit. Because he is good. Well, no, he's not good. But Rose, at least, has some worth. Right? So let's go ahead and talk about it. The big issue with Goku Black right off the gate is this. I should not have closed in Future Gohan. Let me open up Future Gohan one more time. I should not have closed Future Gohan, but dude, what do you see here? And actually, on top of that, I should not have closed Zamasu either. Like, where is he? Is this one? True God of... Oh, wait. This is... Yeah. Whatever. You guys ready? What is this here? It's like... This is too low. His stats, while they are very high at Rainbowed, EZA'd, it's not like theirs aren't, dude. Like, Future Gohan has higher stats in total, but the defense. No, yeah, Future Gohan has higher stats, but HP. Zamasu has higher stats. This is not his EZA stats, I'm pretty sure. Here's his EZA stats right here. Zamasu has higher stats overall. So it's like, what were they thinking? Giving him that low of a number for his attack and defense to start a turn in base, right? It does take time to build him up. It takes 3 turns to be fully built up with this Goku Black character. You know? He has to get hit to do crits. Which, are you putting this guy in slot 1? Are you letting him take any single shred of damage? And then this is ridiculous. This is so stupid. Don't. Just, unless you are going to drop, which, I mean, now there is actual difficult, very difficult superclass bosses in the game. There's Vegito Blue, there's Trunks, but guess what? That the Divine Wrath and Mortal Will is kind of like a gimmick fight. You can tell it's kind of like a gimmick fight with the way these bosses are designed. They're not real bosses like the Red Zone. They're not. So the issue is, where are you getting this except the Red Zone Gammas? Where are you getting this except the Red Zone Gammas, dude? That's the biggest problem with this character. It's just, he's designed for content that doesn't even exist. It's the same issue with Physical Turles, and who else? There's another character that needs superclass enemies to be good. Oh my god, I can't think of them. I can't. Anywho, he's designed with content that we haven't even gotten, or if we're even gonna get it, in mind. If there was actual superclass enemies in the game, that were not like one turn, they can kill you in 3 seconds, then we could have a conversation. But this should have just been a part of his passive. Like, they should have just gotten rid of the superclass enemy restriction. He's not that good, even with it active, right? He stacks fairly low because this is just too low. And then this is just too low too. How come his defense doesn't cap up at 120%? Like, it's just dumb. Like, it's actually stupid what they were thinking with this guy, right? Now, I think Rose is fine the way he's designed. I honestly can be okay with how they designed Rose, right? It's just, this really just should have been attack and defense plus 200%, right? Why shaft the defense? Why shaft the more important part of the kit? He gets the extra attack. Why isn't this defense with each attack performed up to 50%? Why doesn't he give defense from his passive? Like, there's a lot of things when you look at this. Like, yes, it's cool. They made him an offensive powerhouse, but guess what? Offense doesn't work. It doesn't. Unless you're LR Cooler last year, unless you're Piccolo Jr., it just doesn't work. It literally does not work. That's it. They completely just, for some reason, decided to not give much of a fuck, man. They just said, no, I think that's all right. I think that's fine. It's literally that bad to the point that I literally think that Goku Black might actually be the next Dokkan Fest. I honestly think that Goku Black might be the next Dokkan Fest because of just how bad they made this guy. Right? Now, enough hating. There is some value. I mean, he at least supports, right? He's doing fairly decent damage. He does stack up rather, like, in Rose, he does stack up a little bit better than in base, but stacking itself is not enough. It is not. Unless you're the Z Duo doing 5 attacks per turn, stacking does not work. All right? Unless you're doing 5 attacks per turn that each stack your defense, it literally doesn't work. And guess what? Dude, guess what? This is at least part of his passive, He should have just done 2 additional attacks, man. Get rid of the superclass enemy stuff. Like, if you're not going to drop superclass enemies, then don't give him this. You're not running this guy against Vegito Blue, because you'd be dead in 2 seconds if you run him against Vegito Blue. You're not running this guy against the new Sword of Hope Trunks, because you'd be dead in 3 seconds if you run him against the Sword of Hope Trunks. That's literally it. Like, he's just bad. This is one of the worst decisions of a character they've ever made, because this guy would have been a huge help for Zamasu, right? Because Zamasu has only gotten himself, he's only gotten AGL, Zamasu, EZA, who's insane, right? AGL, Zamasu is very good, but guess what? For turn 1, they don't really link up the best, And he got Int Zamasu. Int Zamasu is actually a fairly decent sub EZA character, right? The Int Zamasu EZA. It's a fairly decent character, but guess what? He doesn't link up that well with Zamasu. This guy actually does link up fairly decent with Zamasu. I think it's like, what, 4 links together? 4 or 5? 4 or 3 links together that he shares with LR Zamasu. And guess what? This guy sucks. He's terrible. He's awful. Like, it's actually disgusting what they did. Like, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know how they thought that was a good idea, but I guess LR Rose is going to be the savior for Zamasu. I'm just so mad that they even thought it was a good idea to do that. Like, and keep this in mind. This is the best base Goku Black we have in Dokkan right now. right? Because the other base Goku Black is this guy. He sucks because he's a what, 3-year-old EZA, 4-year-old EZA, 5-year-old EZA. You know, so they could have made him good. Like literally, dude, if Goku Black isn't like the next Dokkan Fest, he's at least coming up in like the next 3 months. Like I would expect before the end of the year, Goku Black is gonna get a major character because this is actually insulting, dude. Like it's actually like blood boiling mad insulting what they did to this guy. So there you guys go. There is the EZA tier list. Let me go ahead and gather the top 10 here real quick, put them all together in a nice little chart, and then we will wrap up. But yeah, enough negativity about Goku Black being the absolute like garbage character that he is. Let me go ahead and make a quick cut. We'll get the top 10 gathered, and then we'll finish up the video. And there you guys go. I mean, here is the actual top 10 right here. Zamasu at 1, Gohan at 2, Piccolo 3, Beerus at 4, Kaioken Blue at 5, Trunks 6, Gogeta 7, 17 8, Vegeta 9, and Cooler at 10. Literally, this guy he doesn't touch the top 10. So, if you guys want to see the end of the video, leave your boy a like and subscribe. Yeah, it's just sad. It's actually sad. They thought this was a good idea. That's what's messed up. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have yourselves a good one. Catch you guys later.